A brand new teaser trailer for the upcoming Star Trek Picard series dropped yesterday, so we just had to take a look. Roll it!
I was haunted by my past. But now I have a mission. I will do what needs to be done.
Who are you looking for?
Someone who has no one else to help her.
To find the truth. What have you gotten yourself into, Jean-Luc?
Hey everyone, my name's Commander Brie, and welcome to Trek Central. So, today we're analyzing the new 30-second Star Trek Picard teaser. Although it mainly contains footage we've already seen in previous trailers, there are some new shots which reveal more about the upcoming show. Before we jump in, we're kindly asking you to subscribe and support this channel as we head into January of 2020. Star Trek Picard launches January 23rd via CBS All Access and January 24th via Amazon Prime Video for international viewers. Now in the new teaser, the opening shot is of Jean-Luc Picard sitting in what looks like 10 forward, the bar of the USS Enterprise D. It's unclear if this is specifically the Enterprise D in a flashback or dream sequence. The voiceover by Picard says the following line: "I was haunted by my past." While this line is said, we can see quick sequences of data and a Borg drone which looks very familiar to Locutus of Borg. This was, of course, Picard's designation while he was assimilated by the Borg Collective in 2366. It's interesting because we know that the Borg past has always haunted Picard, but now Data's death is haunting him as well. The scene appears to be that same card game sequence from the first major trailer that we got. What makes this clip stand out even more is the background, where we can see a planet with a catastrophic series of huge, simultaneous explosions across the visible part of the planet's surface. Now, our first thought was that the Hobus supernova was destroying it. But then again, a supernova doesn't look like that, so now our thought is that the planet is being bombarded by someone. But what planet is this? Could it be Romulus? Unlikely. So some of us are theorizing that it could be Mars, as it does look kinda similar. And we do have the short Trek episode coming in January called The Children of Mars. Jean-Luc states in the voiceover that he is haunted by his past, and the apparent destruction or bombardment of this planet appears to be key to whatever incident has got him scared. Could this be part of the mission that forced Picard to leave Starfleet? It would take something pretty catastrophic for Picard to leave everything behind. And is he remembering or daydreaming in the sequence? Or is this happening in real time? And something that happens during the course of the series' adventures? Hopefully, the new final issue of Star Trek Picard Countdown comic, which serves as a prequel to the upcoming show, will shed more light on the incident. Okay, moving on. We see a shot we've seen before of an apparent Romulan colony being built on a planet. While Picard is walking through the growing small town, you can see a sign saying Romulans only. This small detail might suggest other species are living on this planet, causing Romulans to only admit their own to the drinking area. And what is causing this separatist attitude? Is it the usual Romulan ideology, or something more situational, i.e. the colonists feel under threat? Perhaps from humans, maybe Vulcans? In fact, we think it is Vulcans, and we'll explain why later on in this video. The next scene is brand new and features Picard talking to somebody. From the background, this is in space, maybe a space station or perhaps a starship. Now Jean-Luc says the following: "I will do what needs to be done."
I will do what needs to be done.
There is something we find super cool about Patrick Stewart saying this line in his lovable but stern voice. So what does this line mean? Ultimately, Picard is asserting that he is going to get something done no matter the cost. Realistically. Perhaps this is him having another conversation with Starfleet. What makes us think this is from the blurred image. We can see that there's a character he's talking to, and they appear to be wearing red. We know that the modern-day Star Trek uniforms have returned to their base color system once again, so could this be a Starfleet captain in the command red uniforms? Now, Picard stating that he'll do what needs to be done does also make me think that he's referring to helping the mysterious girl known as Daj, who's played by Isa Briones. We're followed by a brand new shot of 7 of 9, played by Jerry Ryan, asking Picard the following: "Who are you looking for?" We think this scene is connected to the first one we saw in the trailer a few months ago. Jean-Luc responds with the following: "Someone who has no one else to help her." While he says this, we get scenes of Dahj battling it out with other mysterious agents who seem hell-bent on taking her out. Our initial thought is that they might be Romulans, but specifically the Tal Shiar agents. For those of you who don't know, Tal Shiar were the Romulan secret agents who typically did even darker and nastier stuff than the Romulans themselves. Splitting away for a moment, 7 of 9 asks Picard who he's looking for, with Picard's reply insinuating that he's looking for Dahj. This is odd, as previous trailers led us to believe that Dahj found Picard in the first place after she felt the need to seek him out. Okay, so that leads us to theory time. Perhaps Dahj did indeed seek out Jean-Luc, but was then captured again. Maybe during this fight sequence we keep seeing. Her capture propels Picard into action in order to seek her out and rescue her. Now, when we think about it, this actually makes a lot more sense in the long run. A new short follows the fight sequence with Picard, now wearing his Starfleet comm badge, in some sort of apparent ritual. The way he is sitting and offering his hands makes me think this might be some sort of spiritual session, though we won't know for sure until the show's released. The trailer does indeed remind you that the show releases on January 23rd for CBS All Access viewers, but don't forget that those of you who are international viewers, it releases on January 24th via Amazon Prime Video. Further scenes follow, mostly what we've seen before, including 7 of 9 shooting up what looks like a bar of some sort. We know Jerry Ryan loves this moment, so we cannot wait to see the sequence coming up next year. Now, following this scene, a new clip pops up with Jean-Luc talking to a man who is lying on what looks like a Starfleet medical bed. They sort of look similar to the Discovery beds, but that might just be us making a small connection. Now, the man tells Jean-Luc, who looks shocked, to find the truth. The clip is followed by more scenes of Dahj, now apparently attacking someone rather brutally. Things get even more interesting when we see the black attack ship from the first trailer, now sporting a Starfleet logo and still attacking something next to what looks like a Federation starbase. We can't fully tell if this is the same scene from the previous trailer with maybe some alterations in place, but perhaps this scene is now fully finished in editing and they've added the Starfleet deltas to the ships. It would be something you mainly do towards the end of editing. Now, we do have to look back at why Starfleet and the Federation are using these type of ships. We do think they certainly look like drones. The size, however, does suggest starships. Our good friend Katwalski had the following theory. He thinks that Romulans commandeered these sleek-looking starships, destroy Utopia Planitia shipyards, which are above the planet Mars, and in doing so, they destroy the rescue armada that the Federation were building for them. This would prevent the Federation and Starfleet from saving as many Romulans as they could, leaving many more with a grudge. That's his theory, but why don't you tell us yours via the comment section in this video? Another new scene is featured in which Alison Pill's character, Dr. Agnes Jurati, receives a mind meld from what we can presume is a Vulcan character. Why they are doing this, we're not entirely sure. Perhaps it does link to what we mentioned earlier about that growing colony and how Romulans were sharing it with other species. It is a bit of a stretch, we know, but it could connect. The mysterious Borg cube reappears, this time sporting its default green look rather than the blue force field that we've seen in previous trailers. This could just be that it's in its native mode rather than that blue mode. Amazon Prime Marketing also made use of a blue Borg cube, so we don't think it's a change in the trailer marketing or anything. Now, there are a couple of extra scenes, including Elnor drawing his sword, Narak and Dahj getting a little closer, and a very old Romulan warbird firing phasers. Finally, a new scene of Jonathan Frakes as William T. Riker asking Jean-Luc Picard what he's gotten himself into this time around. To which Jean-Luc simply laughs. We're loving the fact that Jonathan Frakes is back, and I cannot wait to see him in the show next year. The trailer ends with the Star Trek Picard logo. So, with that, let's share our thoughts on what we've seen so far. So this new trailer is short and sweet, obviously because we're heading towards the release of Star Trek Picard. What we do love is that it also showcases brand new shots that we haven't seen before. Typically, this does happen close to a release, hence why it's really wise to watch short little teasers like this, especially for the small details. As we get closer to the release, we do expect to see more details and plot points sneak out about the upcoming show. Amazon and CBS have been radio silent mostly on the plot details of the upcoming series. Overall, the trailer is a refreshing reminder that a brand new Star Trek series is just over a month away. Our countdown to Star Trek Picard is taking place on our social media accounts, so feel free to follow us there for updates about the upcoming series. This concludes our video about Star Trek Picard content, but this is likely the last we'll see before January of 2020. But there might be some extra things over the holiday season. If you want to keep up to date with all things Star Trek, make sure to subscribe to Trek Central here on YouTube. You can also follow us on social media, visit our websites for new articles every week, or even join our brand new community Discord server. For now, I've been Commander Brie, and I'll see you next time!